Reiner produced, directed, and appeared in some of Hollywood's most iconic films, but his work didn't stop with movies. He was also very politically active and was one of President Trump's most vocal critics. CBS LA political reporter Tom Wade here now with that part of the story. And Tom, we know President Trump had a significant reaction to this today.
He did, and there was a significant reaction to his reaction, so we'll get into that. President Trump took to social media and blamed the brutal killings on Rob Reiner's intense opposition to him, drawing instant and rare rebuke from his MAGA allies. Trump then doubled down on those comments, drawing even more backlash, but he is not backing down. The horrific murders of Rob Reiner and his wife Michele Reiner is sending shockwaves through Hollywood and Washington, D.C.
Oh, boy.
Reiner will forever be remembered as a TV and film icon, but he was also active politically, an outspoken critic of President Trump. The president offered little sympathy when he was asked about the tragedy.
I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. I think he hurt himself in career-wise. He became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome.
Trump's comments come after he wrote this incendiary post on Truth Social earlier in the morning, claiming the couple who were brutally murdered in their own home, quote, passed away because of anger Reiner caused with his outspoken criticism of Trump. The post sparked immediate and intense backlash, this time from inside his own party.
I think President Trump should have said nothing. When someone is murdered, we should show him and his family respect.
Kentucky Republican Thomas Massie reacted to Trump's post, saying, regardless of how you felt about Rob Reiner, this is inappropriate and disrespectful discourse about a man who was just brutally murdered. Those comments echoed by former Trump ally, Georgia Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Even on Truth Social, where Trump is typically lavished with praise, there was disapproval. I love you, but this is seriously distasteful. Mr. President, the man and his wife were brutally murdered. Not classy. Expect better of you, Mr. President.
Rob Reiner was somebody we grew up with, and he was in our living room. If you're baby boomer, you think of him in All of the Family. If you're a little younger, you think of him all the movies he made, like the Princess Bride. So for a lot of people, including members of Congress, it's personal. This is somebody who's been a guest in our home. More than that, Trump is getting weaker. His approval rating is now in the 30s. He's in Nixon territory when it comes to approval, and politicians notice.
While Reiner and President Trump carried on a public feud, Reiner maintained friendships with Republicans and was widely praised for his reaction to Charlie Kirk's assassination.
It's beyond belief what happened to him, and that should never happen to anybody.
Michele Reiner kept a lower profile, but she had her own connection to Trump. She was a photographer who shot the cover photo for Trump's book, Art of the Deal. Former President Obama wrote that beneath all of Reiner's work was a deep belief in the goodness of people. Former President Clinton wrote that Rob and Michele Reiner inspired and uplifted millions. Gio?
Tom, thank you so much.